Merry Christmas from Nismo D21. Just a little indoor update since it's really cold, windy, and snowy outside, and as I said before, I don't really want to stand out in the cold. So I figured I'd just do a little channel update here from inside the Nismo D21 Command Center. Alright, what do we got today? I uploaded a video yesterday. It was something that I did a long time ago, which was filming some trucks that I found in a particular junkyard that I frequent, and I set it to music, something that I wrote a long time ago. And I figured that I would get it out there just because it's kind of neat, and I'd like to start a new series. Probably in the spring. Unless the weather really clears up sometime in the near future. I think that in the spring I'm going to start doing a series of junkyard Nissans where I cover the trucks that I run into while I'm frequenting the yards, talking about the truck, like you know, the date that it was built on, what features it had, and just general commentary on the truck itself. So I'll probably try and do a few of those per episode. I think it's pretty neat. It'll be like a documentary kind of thing, as well as, you know, we all kind of like junkyards. So it's kind of neat to see them and try and see what they were like when they were new, you know, imagination-wise, and cover the status of what they are now. So I figured that would be a kind of a cool addition. So I figured it would be like Nissan trucks in the junkyard episode blah, you know, which however many episodes there are. So what I was thinking of doing was that as soon as the red truck is back on all fours and drivable, I'm gonna hit the road. I got some vacation time accumulated through the company that I work for, so I can afford to take like a extended weekend, leave on a Friday, and just head out and hit some junkyards and see what they've got out there. And if there's something interesting that I can film and cover, then I will, as well as buying more junkyard parts, which would be the whole main purpose of my journey. But just going on a tour, maybe hitting like 10 or 15 junkyards, if that's even possible. I'd have to sit down with Google Maps and plot a tour, and then, you know, spend some nights, a couple nights on the road, just me and the red truck, just going around touring. So I think that's in the future. I think that would be pretty cool. The channel's up to 775 subscribers as of Christmas morning. That's just absolutely amazing. I think that's just great. Getting a lot of comments and feedback, and I always appreciate it, so keep it coming. Let's see here. Oh, finally, after years of harassing and you know, emailing and what have yous, I finally got in touch with somebody who sent me some performance friction love. So that was pretty cool, and mainly because the company that I work for, we do carry a line of performance friction parts. So they called up asking about that, and I said, well, you know, you know, are you the person that I should talk to about getting some performance friction love? Because I run performance friction brake pads on both the red truck and the green truck, and I figured that since I'm out there, those trucks are online, they're on YouTube, and they're out there doing, you know, autocross stuff and shows and whatnot, that, you know, maybe you guys would want to get your you know, get your paws on one of these. And they sent me a big box of just performance friction stuff, and so here I am sporting it. Yeah, it's not like a real sponsorship or anything. They're not sending me money or anything like that, but they did appreciate what I was doing, what I've done with their products and everything. So I thought that was pretty cool. I got hats, gloves, shirts, stickers, calendars, just, you know, the works. And I'd been trying for years to try and get them to do that, and our area rep here was able to hook me up, so that was pretty cool. I definitely appreciate that. So Performance Friction is really the only pad that I want to use on a vehicle, just because the material is consistent. Their pads don't destroy rotors no matter how hard I get on the brakes. I have not had a rotor warp on me. And it's a much more consistent and good, strong grabbing feel that these brakes have to slow the vehicle down, especially if I'm going through an autocross course and I want to go deep into the corners. I'm allowed to do that because I'm less likely to lock them up. So it's a nice material, and I've had very good luck on all the vehicles that I've put it on. So there's my little product promotion right there for you guys. Let's see, what else do we got on this list of things to do? Green truck, still sitting in the garage with the cover on it. I have done absolutely nothing to that truck so far. The Rallycross truck is still sitting over at my buddy's shop. I'm waiting for a cab. And if I come across a truck that's inexpensive enough and it has a decent cab that's 1995 or newer with the wiring and everything intact, that's the route I'm going to go with that. That's just going to drop right on there and I'll have that truck running in no time flat. Both of the Pathfinders are sitting behind my garage completely knee-deep in snow. I don't have any plans on touching those things until the snow actually clears because the weather's terrible. I don't want to be out there right now. I mean, I'm looking out the window right now and there's a huge snowdrift going right now. Yeah, I'm going to pass on going outside and doing that. Red truck. This is the one that's getting the most work done on it, as you guys know. Red truck, last time I was out at the shop, I was able to use the hole saw that I bought and actually completely gut the lower control arm bushings. That made real easy work for something that could have probably ended up taking hours if I'd used just a regular 1/4 inch drill bit. Just like butter, just went right through it. You just go through on both sides, and the next thing you know, the center section just pulls out by hand, and then it's just cleaning up and burning out all the remainder rubber, which I'm still pretty much in that stage, but I'm good 98% done. So I think the next time I'm going to be out working on the red truck, which is going to be December 31st, I'm actually going to be able to install those new poly bushings. I'm very excited about that. The reason you have to get all the rubber out of the old bushings and not just press the whole bushing out is because the energy suspension poly bushings require you to use the outer shell, which means that you got to take all the material out and leave the outer shell intact, so the bushing just pushes right into that and you're done. And it's actually a really easy process. You just grease the outside of the bushing and it goes. What else do we got? So it's ready to have the poly bushings installed. I've been going through a lot of the hardware and just sorting everything and cleaning up what I can. And I did end up going to the dealer, unfortunately, for some of the nuts and bolts that I ended up needing because they were either destroyed or they were just so badly corroded that I didn't want to reuse it. And the stuff that I bought is a lot of oddball size stuff, so I can't just walk into the hardware store and grab a bolt that's this long with that much shoulder on it, because nothing lines up perfectly, especially when you're dealing with metric stuff. So I ended up going to the dealer. It cost me a small arm and a leg. It was about 62 bucks. You'll see what I purchased in episode 9, which will be coming up in about a week or so. I've got to film the actual install of a lot of the parts, and then I'll edit that. So I actually started editing episode 9 the other day, since I've got vacation time for Christmas. I started editing that, and now I just got to get the actual install filmed and edited, and then I will post episode 9. We're up to 9 episodes. That's just awesome. And you'll see in episode 9, and explain, and I'll just say it here too, is that we've kind of deviated a little bit from installing junkyard parts on that truck and then making it into a street truck, a fun street truck that way. Because the parts that I've been putting on it are all brand new things. That I didn't go to the junkyard to buy bushings or tie rod ends or any of that stuff. But you don't want to use any of that used anyways. But in the end, it's going to be a safe, fun truck to drive that has a lot of stuff that I bought from the junkyard. So that's going to be the whole point of that truck. And I'm looking forward to that and being able to drive that. I'm looking forward to this junkyard tour that I'm going to start planning here in the near future. It'll just be a nice drive. Throw a backpack with some underwear and socks in it. Throw my tool bag in there, and just head for the junkyards. So what else we got? Oh yeah, I'm big on restoring as much as I can. And so this is where like junkyard kind of falls into it, is that you go and you get something that's decent, you clean it up, you run a wire brush on it, you clean it up with some degreaser, and then you paint it. And then the part looks absolutely like it's brand spanking new. You would never know that it had come off of a truck like that. So the steering arms and the torsion bar anchors off of the red truck, I actually brought to work with me one day, and I hit them with the wire brush, and then I wiped off all the remaining residue using a using glass cleaner. That's it, just glass cleaner. And then I spray painted them with the Rust-Oleum silver hammered finish, and this is the result. This is one of the steering arms, which I think came out awesome. It came out incredible. So I did one of those. I did both of those actually. So here's the other one. That came out really nice. Probably nicer than the truck itself. At least they'll look nice for the photographs after I'm done installing everything. And then on top of that, these are the torsion bar mounts. Unfortunately, some of this paint has started wearing off a little bit, but whatever. As I said, it's going to be in a spot where people can't see it, and once I'm done photographing it, who cares? You know, it's just going to go back to rusting anyways. So yeah, the silver hammered finish from Rust-Oleum is really nice. It really does give it a nice brand new kind of look to it. I mean, you can actually see the lettering, the manufacturing stamps on this thing now, real clean. And all I did was put it on a mechanical wire brush, and then I used some glass cleaner to clean up any residue, because glass cleaner is good. You don't want to use anything that's silicone based if you're painting. If I've learned anything from my guru. And so these are the results. So I'm looking forward to it. These might not go on the truck right away, just because I've got more cleanup and more stuff to install before they go on. But knowing that they're done just is one less thing that I got to worry about. One more thing I can check off the list. So yeah, that's the update for today. That's we're still moving forward. We just because of this cold weather, I can't just hop outside any day of the week that I want and turn wrenches on anything. I have to kind of pre-plan this, and then I have to bundle up with tons of layers and everything. And I would just rather just curl up on the couch and drink a cup of coffee, honestly. But as always, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. The comments and the thumbs up are always appreciated. The channel is always learning, always trying to get better. Yeah, I know that the first junkyard Nissan truck feature that I put in there with the music is not really like the final draft of how I'm going to do this. I'm really going to be kind of borrowing the same idea from Motor Trend's Junkyard Gold show that they have. And it's not going to be as fancy with production, but I am going to find these trucks and cover them. I'll go over axle codes, date codes, transmission codes, just highlight some of the features that they have, and then they're chronicled, they're cataloged, so so they didn't die in vain. So if you guys have any junkyards in the northeastern area that you think that my red truck will make it to, just drop it in the comments below, and I'll definitely look and see if it's something that I can squeeze into my trip. And if you guys are in the Northeast area and you know of a really cool junkyard that you'd like me to attend to, hey man, I'll join you guys, and we can walk through the yard together. We'll film an episode there. You know, guest appearances are cool as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, if you know a yard and and we can time it right and everything, yeah, I'll walk a yard with you guys. So just let me know. It's got to be in the northeastern area, and I got to be able to be in and out within like a 3-day period. And just bear in mind that I'm going to be driving a 27-year-old Nissan hardbody truck there. So you know, if we can limit it to like the Ohio, Pennsylvania, Massachusetts, or even New York area, I wouldn't mind going out and meeting some of you guys, and just walking a junkyard or two with you, and seeing what's out there, and shooting an episode there. So keep that in mind. Just leave a comment, or you can email me always at Nissan Rallycross Truck at gmail.com. Also, don't forget that you can follow me, and I do some updates on Facebook, where it's @ Nissan Autocross Truck. And I think next year, 2018, I'm going to be updating my phone to an actual smartphone. I've been putting it off and putting it off and putting it off, and I know you guys are up to like your iPhone 30s, and I've never even had an iPhone. So I'll be doing something, because I want to get involved in Instagram a little bit, to kind of, you know, keep you guys up to date on what I'm doing at any particular moment, or if I bump into a cool truck, you know, just driving down the road or whatever, I might just throw it up there so you guys can check it out. So that's also in the works. I'm very, very meticulous about the electronics that I spend my money on, so I don't want to buy a phone that's, you know, too ridiculously expensive that I couldn't buy a cheaper version of, and I don't want to buy a phone and then have to go and turn around and buy another phone next year and start that slippery slope. So yeah, I will be making all these decisions soon, so just stay tuned. Good things coming. Really expanding the channel, and as always, I really appreciate you guys tuning in. So Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you. Episode 9 is going to be dropped shortly after New Year's, just because the 31st is the next time that I will be out turning wrenches on the red truck. So till then, just leave me some comments. You guys have a great day. Thank you.